Welcome to our Wednesday TNT. It looks like our sort of going green edition. Now, we will start with some updates on the flooding in the east of Thailand. And this headline from the PattayaNews.com. Severe flooding in Chantaburi and Trat. Over 3,700 households affected amid continuing heavy rains. Apparently, it's all about a convergence of the monsoon trough over northern Thailand and Upper Laos, coupled with moderate southwest monsoon. It resulted in increased rainfall and heavy downpours, and the rainfall and water levels are expected to stabilise over the next 3 to 7 days. Checking some of the rainfall over the last 3 days, the Makam district recorded 339 millimetres, the Klang district 330 millimetres, apparently 3,400 households in 8 districts and 32 sub-districts were affected by the flooding between July 27 and the 30th. And in Trat, the past 24 hours saw significant rainfall and affected over 304 households, 3 government buildings, 5 boats, and caused flooding on 5 main highways. So it looks like the worst is over. Just so you get your bearings, you can see up the top there we've got Bangkok, a bit further down Pattaya City, and then over to the right of that map we've got Chantaburi and Trat right there on the eastern border of Thailand with Cambodia, which look like have been carrying the brunt of these heavy rains. So it appears the worst of that rain is over, and hopefully they can get those people in Chantaburi and Trat back into their homes as soon as possible. Now, to our next story, and people often complain that projects often proposed and photo opportunities at the presentation with the various politicians, they never come to fruition. And they pop up every few years in the media when there's another study conducted, but it looks like there's 2 projects, one in Phuket, one in Pattaya, that look like they are going to happen. Here's our first one. We go to Phuket-go.com. Major Phuket roadworks around Heroines Monument begin this week. Now, this artist's impression doesn't really sort of give the full picture. Apparently, there is going to be an underpass under this, prominent Phuket landmark, the Heroines Monument. And the picture even includes these Phuket light rail, which I still think are a long way away. Another depiction there looking up Paklok Road towards Phuket's east. But the monument's been there for years, probably right in the almost geographical centre of Phuket. Another thing you get a sense of there is just that the road around there is just not very wide. And that's basically the situation at the moment. That's looking south through the current Heroines Monument, which roughly acts as a roundabout but is rarely open as a roundabout, and the red circle there showing the power lines that are now going to be moved underground to the story. And if you think traffic in Phuket is bad now, take a deep breath, as it's about to get a little worse, especially approaching and around the Heroines Monument area. So officials are suggesting people avoid using the southbound lanes of Tep Ksatri Road from Tai Watsadu to the Ta Rua, that's the Chinese shrine, from this Thursday. And this is when work gets underway to move roadside power poles underground in preparation for the construction of the Heroines Monument Underpass. And the writer notes, yes, it actually looks like it's going to happen. Now, my sympathy does go out to people in Phuket because this north-south road, Tep Ksatri Road, is literally the only way to get from the north to the south and vice versa around the island. This is really going to cause quite a few delays. So, brace yourself. Now, heading to Pattaya now, and they're also getting a bit of an upgrade. Bangkok Post notes the Pattaya City gets ready to erect new monorail line. The Pattaya City is looking forward to welcoming a new monorail line, which, according to the results of a recent study, would be an ideal mechanism to improve the coastal city's public transportation system. Now, it's called the Red Line. It's one of 4 lines proposed. It's a new monorail system and comprising 10 stations and will stretch 17.37 kilometres. So, okay, get your maps out. It's going to start at the Thap Praia intersection, continue on to Thap Praia Road, and then Jomtien Second Road until meeting Jomtien intersection. Turn left into Chaya Pruk 1 Road, then enter Chaya Pruk 2 Road, and continue until reaching Eastern National Sports Training Centre. And the monorail style of electric rail systems was chosen for this project because it will likely take up the least traffic space on these roads, each station on the line's designed to be about 1 kilometre from the next. There is a map of the 4 proposed monorail systems around Pattaya, and it looks like they're getting started with this red line initially. Of all the places around Thailand where I've used public transport, I've found Pattaya the most efficient, especially using the BART buses, which I think work particularly well. Whether Pattaya actually needs a monorail, I'll let the people in Pattaya tell me in the comments section. But there's been a couple of things come to mind. Firstly, AI has got in on the act, and one of the publications talking about this today must have put into one of the AI generators a Pattaya Red Line monorail, and this popped out, which is like, wow, it sort of looks like a poster for Speed 3 Pattaya Monorail. But whenever we talk about monorails, all I can think of is this. I'm sure you're the same. From the Simpsons episode when Lyle Landley comes to town and convinces them they need a monorail. And yes, it's a red monorail, a genuine bona fide electrified 6-car monorail. But let's hope the Pattaya monorail has a bit more success than that one. And a big thanks to our sponsors. We've got 5 Star Marine at 5starmarinephuket.com, and also Beach House Thailand. There's links in the description below. And a special big thanks to 5 Star Marine, who are now getting very close to entering into the 3rd year of sponsorship for this program. So a big thanks to Sean and the team for their ongoing support, and I'm very glad we've been able to get you a few bookings during that time. So let's hope it continues. Now, we're still in Pattaya, and now we're heading to the beach. And 9 beach umbrella operators in Pattaya have been suspended for exploiting tourists. This once again coming from the PattayaNews.com. And Pattaya City has suspended the operation of 9 beach umbrella operators for conducting unfair practices against tourists during the recent extended holiday. And of the 9 operators, 8 are first-time offenders, and they've been ordered to cease operations for 2 weeks. One operator, a repeat offender, is facing a 2-month suspension. But as the article says, the exact details on how the operators were exploiting tourists were not revealed to the public and media. So I wonder what they were doing. Probably overcharging. I can't really remember the last time I rented one of those tatty white plastic sun lounges with the old umbrella. At the time, I sort of recall that it cost 100 baht for as long as you wanted it. So somebody who's rented a sun lounge and an umbrella recently, tell us what you're currently paying for the pleasure, either in, say, Phuket or Pattaya or Hua Hin. We'd be interested to hear, or anywhere else around Thailand that rents out umbrellas as well. Some quick economic updates now as we whip around Thailand, our little daily journey we do here on TNT. And Bangkok Post again. Thai rice exports jumped 25% in the first half of 2024. Good to have some good economic news. Thailand expects to export 8.2 million tonnes of rice this year, up from a previous forecast of 7.5 million, helped by demand from major markets and a weakening baht. The department held a meeting on July the 25th with the Thai Rice Exporters Association to discuss the rice export situation in the second half of this year. Positive factors including continuing demand from the country's main export markets, including the Philippines and Indonesia, will alleviate the impact of inflation and drought, they say. Myriad risk factors still loom over Thai rice exports, including India reviewing its rice export restrictions, and increasing rice production in Vietnam, Pakistan, Myanmar and Cambodia. So, good news for the rice trade at the moment, and some more economic news. This published in KhalsotEnglish.com. Thailand cuts tax to attract skilled workers in 15 industries. The Thai cabinet approves tax measures to attract skilled workers in 15 target industries to Thailand by lowering income tax to 17% and allowing employers to deduct 1.5 times wages for the next 5 years. These are the industries that are included in this: the automotive industry, electronics, high-quality tourism, whatever that is, agriculture, food, biotechnology, transportation, automation, robotics, aviation, biofuels and chemicals, petrochemicals, digital, medical, defence, circular economy support. What the hell's 13? And 14 international business centres, and 15 other industries like etc., requiring specific expertise such as technology, research and financial consulting. So I sort of get the feeling today that we're seeing a whole lot of things that have been proposed and planned and promised actually coming to fruition. However, things didn't go well for this particular scammer in Bangkok. And CowsHotEnglish.com reporting scammer hits jackpot, Bangkok top cop target leads to their arrest. Oh dear, of all the people you could have contacted to try and scam, you contacted a major metropolitan policeman. And a high-ranking police officer became the target of a scammer's phone call. As a result, he didn't miss the opportunity to order an investigation, leading to the arrest of 3 Chinese suspects. And there they are, 34-year-old, 33 and 35-year-old. Evidence seized include a SIM box or GSM gateway device with 32 SIM card slots and 37 other items. Well, that's a hellishly complex-looking device or set of devices there, but that's what they were using as part of their scam operations, apparently. And you can use it to convert phone signals using SIM cards, and it can be controlled from abroad. The device was located in a condominium in the Phuket district in Bangkok. So I'll put one of those devices down on my Christmas list this year. Looks like fun. But yes, they obviously targeted the wrong person in that particular case. Sure they'll be assisting police in their investigations. And with that, thank you very much for watching today. Hopefully you're a bit more up to date with some of the main stories around Thailand. I urge you to subscribe to the channel. That's the very best thing that you can do to help us along in our journey. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Thursday.